guys. Do
Hello.
you like our microphone holder things? Oh wait, I'm talking. Do you like our microphone holders?
We drew on popsicle sticks, so we're not messing with the mics too much. So should kind of well, why don't we like explain ours?
For me, I drew Stu. Oh my god.
Stewie Griffin.
Yes. I drew stars initially, but then I'm like, what if I did a little Wicked theme? So I have the pink and green, Miss Glinda, her wand, and then bubbles, and then some stars up here. How about
Yes.
you? Hers is
Mine.
so good, guys. I'm
No,
actually jealous.
yours is so cute though. It matches your tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Almost.
Well,
It's so
I have
cute.
like these on my ear thing.
Oh my god, that's so cute. I
Yes.
think yours is so cute. I
Thank
love
you. I
it.
love yours.
Thank you. Mine is just a lady in a bikini. Oh,
Yes, lady in a bikini. She's hot and fresh.
she's hot, and behind it is the word "See you next Tuesday."
Yes,
Oh, it's
with
backwards.
Miss Star.
With some stars.
Yes.
And so yeah, the update to the podcast. This is episode
Two.
2.
And today is Saturday, February 22nd. So
It's
it's two.
222. That's
Yeah. Oh my
crazy. I didn't
god.
even realize that. Oh my god.
Wait,
No way.
the numbers I always say is twos and fours, like the angel numbers.
Yes. Oh my god. I feel like
Sometimes I see like the threes and fives, but it's always twos
hmm
and fours for me.
for me it's always ones and sevens, I think. I would say
Ooh.
probably the most. And sometimes 9. I see
Mm.
that kind of a lot too. But yeah, I love that. We have our own.
Yeah.
Wait, so yours is 2s and 4s,
Yours is ones and
so it's
sevens.
even and odd numbers.
Yeah, but also my how do I explain this? My number for a long time, well, it's still like 7, but
Mhm.
when I was born on 7:07 a.m.
No way.
and I think my room number was like 7 or something.
That's
I had like a lot of
crazy.
sevens, so
That's insane.
yeah,
Oh my god, that's so cool. You were born lucky.
I was
Seriously. My when I was born, my birth weight was 7 pounds 11 ounces. So
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Shout out Beyonce, guys.
Seven twice, seven twice. I love
Yes.
that. Yeah.
We're seven girls.
7 girls.
Oh my god. Have you heard of Seven Supergirls?
Wait. Oh my god, wait. Is that old YouTube channel
Mhm.
where they would like do gymnastics or like
Yeah.
dancing or something?
Mhm.
Oh my god. And they
Cuz
would be like on the trampoline and shit.
yeah,
Like, oh my
like
god,
every
dude.
day of the week was a different girl and then they had different channels too. I think they had a gymnast channel,
Oh my god.
but I just remembered right now because Kaylin just dropped like 2 videos on her YouTube exposing the guy. Like he was a
Oh, I heard about
pedophile.
that.
He was arrested or something.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so crazy.
Yeah. Why do men
Dude,
like
seriously.
ew?
And it's crazy because that's a YouTube channel. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you hear about it so much in Hollywood and like more quote unquote professional
Mhm.
regulated spaces, but it's really everywhere. It's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they've oh, so many birds. I hope they've um healed from that, and I hope he rots.
Yeah. Apparently he was only like in jail for 90 days.
What?
Yeah. And he was a British man, and then he and these were like American girls, so like they would always, I don't know.
How did that even happen?
I
Was
don't
he like
know.
a manager?
Yeah, he owned all those
What?
channels. And then like the girls would send audition videos and then they would like get accepted.
That's insane. And then their parents were just like unaware of what was going on.
I think some of them were like supportive because like if they wanted to do it, I guess.
Mm,
And I don't know. She was the only one that like came forward with everything. I don't know about
mm.
the rest of the people that were affected.
This reminds me, I mean, it's not the same thing at all, but
Hmm.
it kind of reminds me of Dance Moms. How did you ever watch Dance
I
Moms?
watched a few like episodes. I don't know if I watched the whole thing, but I
Yeah.
have like a general understanding.
Yeah, like only a couple episodes will tell you, I feel like, everything about the show
Hmm.
because, I mean, like, Seven Supergirls, that was behind the scenes, but like, and it's horrible. And but at the same time, like Dance Moms was like right in front of a camera and in front of their parents and stuff. And like Ivy Lee Miller was not a pedophile. She was just like, I feel like her behavior, personally, I feel like her behavior was abusive
It
to the
was like
kids.
verbally abusive.
Yeah.
And
Even
then,
physically because
oh
they're
yeah.
exerting like so much energy in their bodies dancing and stuff. She's like, again, you know,
Yeah.
like,
And then getting the moms involved, like fighting each
yeah,
other.
it
Wasn't
was
there
so
a,
bad.
didn't they do like a reunion thing? And
Oh,
like,
recently?
I don't know. It was recent, but I don't know like when.
Mhm.
But I think a few of them talked about something, and then JoJo Siwa was like on Abby's side,
Yeah, I
and then
did see
everybody
that.
went silent or
I
something.
think I did see a clip of that. I didn't watch the
Hmm.
whole thing,
Me
but
either.
yeah. I mean, you can't even blame her 100% though because like that's kind of Stockholm syndrome in my
Hmm.
opinion. Like she was a victim of all that too and like I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think people will like make excuses to make it better for
Yeah.
themselves. So, yeah. That's just so like I've watched a couple episodes of that show not recently, but like as an adult, and I'm like this is so crazy. Like we were just allowing these girls to be like embarrassed and like humiliated, like feeling humiliated and like
Yeah.
feeling just so stressed all the time.
And we thought it was normal because it was televised. So
Yeah.
if they can air it, then maybe it's fine. But looking
Yeah.
back now,
And their parents, like, I don't know. I would, I don't know.
like to an extent, like money is very much a thing, but
Hmm.
also your health is.
Yeah. I hope Maddie Ziegler and all of them
Hmm.
are doing amazing. She's really eating though.
No, she
I feel like
is.
her career has taken off in the field that the dance field, I guess,
Yeah.
the most, the
And
entertainment
she's
field.
acting more too.
Yeah, she is.
Because I remember watching the one with Jenna Ortega, and I'm like, this is such an interesting cast.
Oh, wait, what was that called?
The Fallout. It's on
Yeah,
Max. It's actually
yeah,
about like a school shooting.
yeah.
Have you watched it?
No, I think I didn't want to because I was like,
Too
s- ye-
traumatizing.
yeah, I was like, I don't know about this, but I did. I didn't realize it was Jenna Ortega
Yeah, me
also.
either. Well, I watched it because of her, because like
Hmm.
she was on the poster. Then I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
Maddie Ziegler. And this was
that's so
before
crazy.
Jenna was like known,
Yeah,
like to the everybody else.
yeah. I was gonna say, was this before she like blew
Yeah,
up?
because she was my favorite on the her Disney show, Stuck in the Middle.
She's on Disney Channel.
She started on, same with
What?
Olivia Rodrigo. She was my favorite on Bizarre, and then of course my faves turned
Oh.
famous
Yeah, no, I heard about Olivia Rodrigo, and I
through
didn't
Jake
realize it
Paul.
was her either. Yeah, fucking Jake Paul. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I can't believe that. What a strange
How did he get
era.
accepted onto a Disney Channel
I
show
don't know, but
for
he got
kids?
fired, right?
I think
He
so.
got fired,
I think it was because of all the
girl.
Logan drama, so they're like, we can't have you also. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm lying.
they want to keep their image. Do you have to be on Disney Channel to blow up?
No, I wanted to talk to somebody about this because I mentioned it to a few people, but they're like, "Oh yeah, it's crazy." But genuinely, majority of celebrities right now have childhood like stardom.
Yeah. No,
like
for sure.
Zendaya, Ariana Grande.
Mhm.
Besides like the other two that we Sabrina Carpenter,
Yeah.
like people don't realize, but she was
Yeah.
on Girl Meets World.
I know. I definitely like I watched I didn't watch Girl Meets World
Me either.
often, but I
Yeah.
watched a few episodes and I
Mhm.
remember her from that show. And then when she started blowing up more and more for her
Yeah.
music, I was like, wait, isn't that the same girl from Girl Meets World?
Right.
So yeah. And same with what's her name? The other girl in that show, Rowan.
Blanchard.
Yeah, Rowan
Mhm.
Blanchard. She slays. I love her.
Yeah. And
I'm saying she
everybody was
slays.
hating her because of like her outfits, but then everybody wants to dress up
Yeah.
like her now.
She's like I feel like they're kind of two sides of a similar coin
Mhm.
almost. Like she's like I don't know. One is more a little what's the word? Out there
Yeah.
or like artistic. I don't know how else to word it. And the other is like more girly and just like I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry.
Cuz like even Miley Cyrus, like that is
Yeah.
my Hannah Montana queen.
Yeah. It's a lot of women.
It is. I
Selena
mean, are we
Gomez.
surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. Honestly. You're right,
Selena
you're right.
Gomez, Demi Lovato.
Yeah. No,
Like the
it's like
fact that Zendaya is such like a known person everywhere
I
and she
know.
was on Disney Channel.
I know. I know she started from I was gonna say humble beginnings. I mean that show blew up. Shake It Up.
Oh
That
my
was my
god,
shit.
yeah.
I fucking loved Shake It
You
Up.
know, same.
But I mean it's crazy going from that to like serious acting roles. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because she was also older, a little older on Disney Channel with like another show.
Mhm.
I think it was Casey Undercover.
Yeah.
I never
And
watched it,
I
but
watched a few, but it just felt so weird because
yeah.
she did look grown already, and then she
Mhm.
was still like acting in, I don't know, like teenage roles.
Mhm.
So I was like
Yeah.
waiting for her to break out
Yeah.
of that, I
Like
guess.
when is it gonna happen? And it did.
Cause there was like there was another guy. Um, I think her brother. Like, every episode is just me pulling up, pulling
Let
up
me show
somebody.
you.
Oh my God, Ross
Someday.
Butler. Do you remember who that
Wait, let me
is?
see.
He was on 13 Reasons
Oh,
Why.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Wait, her brother?
No, there's another guy, but I forgot that he was on it too.
He was on Casey Undercover or in Casey Undercover?
It says he was.
What? That's insane. So many people come from Disney Channel.
Yeah.
I wonder, I mean, I'm sure it's not 100%, but I wonder if it's almost like a ticket to fame or like the next step.
That's what I was trying to figure out because I think I remember seeing something when I was little, like on the radio, seeing
Mhm.
something. Um, for kids that wanted to audition, you have to like act, sing, dance, like have a range
True.
of talent.
True.
So I think if you have those, then the connection of Disney, then you kind of are known.
Yeah. Oh my God. And it's all kids because they're
Yeah.
kid shows. And so they're like training them from such a young age to be able to do all this stuff. And damn. I wonder if, I don't know. I wonder if they treat them like robots or something, you
I was
know?
gonna ask if you watched that documentary, the Nickelodeon one.
Oh, Quiet on Set?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch it. My friend watched it and she
Hmm.
told me about it, but I was like, I don't know if I could watch like a whole thing of this.
Yeah. I remember watching it and I knew that Dan Schneider was a bad man,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't realize the depths of his
Yeah.
actions.
I heard about what's his name from Drake
Drake
and
Bell.
Josh. Yeah,
Yeah.
Drake Bell. You know, the guy from Drake and Josh.
Yeah. One of them is Drake.
Yeah, one of them's Drake, one of
One
them's
of Josh.
Josh.
50% chance.
I'm gonna take a wild guess.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, wasn't that his like first time actually talking about it publicly?
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
And the fact that he couldn't even go into detail about it just because it was so traumatizing already.
I can't believe
My
that.
mom was like asking, "What happened? What happened?" I'm like, girl, if he doesn't want to
Yeah,
say it,
he
it's
doesn't.
just as bad.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that.
No.
So is he in jail now, Dan Schneider? What is he
I don't think
doing?
so, because at the end it said that he just didn't want to make any comments. Like he sent
That's
videos, but
crazy.
he didn't want to. I don't know.
That's
But
insane.
I'm like, there's enough evidence at this
Yeah,
point. It's been long enough.
is it because they're adults now? Like I don't know how that
I
works,
don't know
but I mean,
either.
it shouldn't if it's that way, it shouldn't be that way because you still committed
Yeah.
horrendous crimes.
I mean, I don't want to say his name, but all the P. Diddy stuff coming up.
Oh my god.
I haven't even watched anything about it,
Me
but
neither. I try my best not to like if I don't know, I have to be in a certain state of mind to be able to consume stuff like that.
yeah.
And like I don't know. It that shit is crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, there's so much like darkness in
Yeah,
the rich world, and they're the ones controlling everything else.
I
Hello,
know.
government, president.
Hello.
Hello.
I feel like I don't know. If I start watching stuff like that, I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole and I'm gonna
Yeah.
start spiraling. I think I would go down that spiral. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like I would be like everyone's controlling everything and so
Because I know my mom kept up with that. She loves documentaries and stuff.
yeah.
And she was obsessed with all the P. Diddy stuff coming out because she's like, oh my god, this is what's been happening and we all never knew.
Mhm.
Like,
Right.
a bunch of celebrities were involved.
Yeah.
And
Allegedly.
yeah. And, um, and, what was I trying to say? And everyone just acting like everything's fine
Yeah.
when really all these things were
Yeah, like all
happening.
this stuff is happening behind the scenes. It's so crazy. That's what like our major our film major asses.
hmm
Why did I say that? What the fuck? Why did I say that? Anyway, sorry. What the fuck?
Film major acid.
I'm so sorry. Maybe I'll cut that out. My bad. But, what was I trying to say? Being film majors, um, it makes me scared
It
because of
does.
all this stuff. Like and like Harvey Weinstein and stuff.
hmm
Like he's
NDAs, like in general,
I know. And like even the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni stuff, have you like been following?
kind of, yeah. I was in the beginning, but all the like back and forth
Yeah.
is kind of too much for me. How about you?
I've been following that a little bit closer. I feel like it's still heavy. It's still heavy, but it's not like all of it is just so much back and forth too. And there's
Yeah.
so much evidence. So I think hearing the evidence, some people are like lawyers on YouTube and shit and they go
Mhm.
through it. So I think that's interesting. But
Yeah, that's what I like because
yeah.
they're like reanalyzing documents to
Mhm.
a level where the general public can understand.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, thank you because
Thank you for your service. I'm
yeah,
like,
talk to me like I'm 5. Like
no,
seriously.
literally.
It helps so much. But yeah, that stuff is crazy too and it's just insane to think of how unregulated
Yeah.
everything is. Like
They have enough power and money, but yet they're just like
there's so
acting
many
like this.
apparently I watched a podcast. This wasn't like these weren't lawyers. These are just girls on a podcast,
Mhm.
but they were going through I think an affidavit or something for this
Mhm.
trial or the suing stuff. The lawsuit. Oh my god. Um and they were talking about like intimacy coordinators
yeah.
and they said apparently I guess intimacy coordinators weren't required on set until like 2010s. Like
Hmm.
it's really crazy. I think it's because of the Harvey Weinstein stuff.
Yeah, which
I
is
think.
insane because I feel like back then there was a lot of those kind of movies where
Yeah.
it you would think that there was intimacy
Yeah.
coordinators.
Let me put my phone on do not disturb. Um but yeah. I mean, yeah, there have been sex scenes in movies for forever and how is there nobody to that should be someone's job to
Yeah,
regulate it, and like it's crazy how it wasn't required basically the whole time
right.
until very recently. So,
I think
yeah.
somebody compared their situation to like the Johnny versus Amber like
Yeah.
thing, where it's like, do you believe women or do you believe like the facts and stuff or something?
Hmm. Interesting.
Uh,
Honestly, I know nothing about that
yeah.
case either.
I like knew some things. My mom kept up with it
Really?
because she well, she already watches like those documentaries, but she
Mhm.
was rooting for Johnny. I think when he how do you not guilty or something? It was like he won and I
Oh, okay.
told her she like almost cried tears of joy,
Really?
like
Oh my
jumping
god.
down up and down.
That's insane.
And
She was so happy.
yeah, it's just there's always gonna be um backlash like to whatever side.
Mhm.
It's hard because you want to like believe one thing because of like your morals, but at the
Mhm.
same time it conflicts with everything else. So it's like
Mhm.
you can't just be one. Well, you can never like just be one side and say, "Oh, I believe in this and everything else."
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. No, I knew nothing about that. I think again, I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole.
Right.
So, I still know basically nothing about that other than the fact that they went to court. And this girl I used to go to high school with posted on her Finsta once.
Mhm.
I think she was waiting outside the courthouse for Johnny Depp, like to like see him walk in or
What the
something.
heck?
And there's a video that she posted of him like walking in, I guess for one of the days, I guess.
Okay.
And she's like,
So,
"We love you, Johnny," and like, and he's walking away, and I'm like, "That's crazy!"
oh
Like,
my god. I wonder if she's in the documentary.
oh my god. Honestly, at this point, I don't follow her anymore. That was like years
Oh.
ago,
Mhm.
but that was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's going on?" So
It
yeah.
also makes me like reevaluate celebrity relationships
Hmm.
because obviously we don't know everything that's going on
Hmm.
and you don't know how much is staged even with
Yeah,
like everything else.
almost like have you seen that picture of Nicole Kidman leaving her divorce attorney's office or something? Like, I guess she had just finalized her divorce with Tom Cruise, and there's
Mhm.
pictures of her like holding her hands up, and she looks so happy and like free.
I
Like,
think I think I know what you're talking about. I gotta maybe I'll search it up.
yeah, that's what people say it's from. Um, I'm pretty sure if you look it up,
Oh
yeah,
yes,
she's like free and like
pink and green.
her arms, yes, she's wicked. Like
No,
her
she's
arms are out.
wickedly
She's
happy, guys.
wickedly happy. I know, as
Yeah,
she should be. And
yeah.
there's Scientology,
Oh
that
my
whole thing.
god, when my mom told me Tom was a part of that, I was like, okay, wait, what?
My extent of my knowledge on Scientology is again very limited.
Me
I think I
too.
try not to consume certain things because I'm just gonna freak out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I watched like an episode of South Park and they kind of like made fun of it, I think.
Mhm.
I think they actually, according to that episode and what I've heard from other people who've told me about it, they believe like some alien shit. Like it's like some crazy, just something insane, like some kind of like religion based
Yeah.
insanity. So, yeah.
I know when I recently went to LA, we walked by the Scientology
Oh my
building
god.
and people were taking pictures of it.
That's so
I'm
scary.
like, guys, what if
Like
they
next
target
to it?
you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's the Empire State
I
Building or
know.
something.
Like a tourist attraction. I'm like, oh my god, look what I found.
I know so much history. Like,
Yeah. Cults scare me. I
oh
watched
yeah.
like one of the Netflix ones because apparently my name was in it.
What?
Yeah,
What do you
because
mean?
my name is religious based, and so this
Oh.
cult was like centered around like religion, and
Hmm.
the cult was I think literally named Shekinah Cult, and I was
No
like,
way.
guys, what the?
Shekinah cult,
And
it's
so I watched
happening.
it. I fell asleep through most of it, but I
Yeah.
watched it and it was just scary how easily people can get like brainwashed.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you not have enough will to fight that, or do you truly believe these people?
I think they really do truly believe it because maybe at first I understand being hesitant,
Hmm.
but I think they also target people who are at a place in their lives where,
So vulnerable.
yeah,
Yeah.
super vulnerable. A lot of like people who are going through financial issues, financial problems, and just personal problems, all kinds of problems. And it's just insane. They just
Yeah.
target people. And like I feel like religion can be very dangerous because that's when you when you need something to look for in life and when you need a sense of hope or something to show you that things are going to be okay, and then somebody just comes along and is like, yeah, join my religion, everything's going
Yeah.
to be fine, this is the way to live and you're going to be saved. Like, yeah, it's really bad. My dad has told me stories about like this guy he used to be friends with try to recruit him into his religion, but it was
Mm.
kind of a cult.
Oh,
And my dad didn't fall for it because he just,
thankfully.
yeah, thankfully,
Oh
thank
my
God.
god. Yeah.
Um, but it was like over the course of months. Like he met this
Mm.
guy and they connected on just like a mutual interest, like a hobby or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but that guy and him like would hang out once in a while, and then um I don't know. He slowly started introducing like the idea of this church
Mm.
and this religion. He was like, "You should come with me to um our service one day or something." And so my dad did, because he said he felt I guess he didn't expect for it to be like that, and he just wanted to like support his friend or something.
Right.
So he was like, "I'll just go and be there, I guess." And then it was, I don't know. He said it was kind of strange, and um I can't exactly remember, but they were doing some weird, like, kind of unusual shit. And, like, then my dad was like, oh, okay, I see. And I guess they stayed friends a little bit after. Um, and my dad would question him and be like, is this really, like, the way that you think? Like, but don't you think this? And he would just kind of push back on it. And then
Mm.
I guess one day he went to this guy's house and the guy started reading the Bible to him or something. He started reading like a religious text. I don't know if it was theirs or like whatever. But and then my dad was like, but this, like, don't you think this?" He was
Right.
trying to push back on it again, and then
Hmm.
the guy like apparently closed the book and he was like, "I think you should leave now." And then they never spoke again, I think. And so, yeah, I don't know. They really try it with people,
Hmm.
and yeah, I don't know. It's scary. Like,
Yeah.
that scared me because the fact that this person tried to be his friend first, and then like over the course of months, like, you took so much time in order to get someone to be a recruitment.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
It is. I don't know. Wouldn't you feel like a gut instinct or something?
I think i think eventually he did,
Uh-huh.
and maybe he did from the beginning, like he felt something was off, but he didn't exactly know what it was, or like
Mm.
he wasn't directly introduced to it at first. But I don't know. I was like, Dad, if they asked me to go to a service, like, I am not religious,
Hmm.
so I would just say no. Like, I would
Right.
just not go because I just simply don't really want to. But
And I was gonna. I have this book on my like to be read
mhm.
list. The Cult of Trump,
Oh
and
my God, I saw that book in Barnes and Noble
really,
actually, yeah,
yeah,
and I thought it looks interesting.
yeah, because I guess the author is like a big known person for writing about all the cults and stuff,
Hmm.
and the fact that he wrote specifically about like the Trump supporters, people were
Hmm.
saying, "Oh my God, you have to believe that because if this man who writes all about cults
Hmm.
says this, that has to be something."
Yeah.
So I wanted to read it because, well, it's obvious, like
Yeah.
we can see it like in our day to day life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm just like, people don't realize
Yeah.
how bad it is.
No, seriously. And there's another book. My dad told me about it and he read it and he recommended it to me. It's
Mhm.
called Jesus and John Wayne and it's
Mhm.
basically about how religions and just like the I guess the patriarchy in general will just like idolize this certain type of man like John Wayne and stuff like the macho big guy and how it
Right.
all basically intersects like the evangelical crazy fucking religions and then white supremacy and
Yeah.
patriarchal crazy kind of culty shit. And my dad was like, this is such a reflection of what's going on right now politically. um so yeah.
Interesting. I'll put that on my list too.
Yeah, it seems really interesting. But that sounds good too, that book too. I saw it in
Mhm.
Barnes and Noble and I was like, this looks really interesting,
Yeah.
but I didn't pick it up. So
We can do little. We're already planning on our movie
yes,
dates. We're gonna have book dates as well.
yes.
Our
Oh
little
my
book
god,
club.
we could do a book review. That
Yeah.
would be crazy. We need that.
Cause I did research. I didn't realize you can't really like stream like with movies. Like I don't know. Cause you know how I talked to you about what if we watch a movie and like live stream that we're watching it?
Oh yeah.
We can't do that, I
Oh
guess.
damn. We
So
could react to videos, I
yeah,
guess.
or we
Like
can do like a review, like you said.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like the way it works, I have no idea how it works, but isn't it you can only show like certain clips or sometimes
Mhm.
people like
I think there's a time limit too.
yeah, some people like reverse it or something or they
Yeah.
speed it up in order for it to oh, I've been watching the new season of Love is Blind. I can't talk much about it
Mhm.
because I've only watched the first two episodes or maybe two and a half now. But I do not like anybody on this
Oh
season.
no.
Like, usually in this show, there's at least one redeeming person, but I cannot find a single one. Maybe actually one. There's one person, maybe. But I just don't. Everybody else, I can't stand.
Is it too early or is it just like completely you don't like them like right now?
I don't like them right now. If they change my mind, I'm very open
Mhm.
to liking them. But, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very. I don't know what city it is, but it seems it kind of gives like a small town vibe or
Oh.
like kind of middle of nowhere
So
vibe.
like not that interesting.
It's not super interesting. It's a lot of fluff and
No drama yet.
no, like there's nothing really important being said. Not that
Mm.
there really ever is, but I mean, there's nothing significant being said.
Mm.
And I feel like it's just a lot of filler and all their conversations, a lot of them, not a lot of them, but there's like maybe one or two that are like low-key conspiracy theorist. There's one girl on there that was like, I was listening to Joe Rogan and I
Ew.
was like, stop right there. Enough.
They just invited whoever they found on the street or something.
I know. I was
Like,
like, what is the casting process like?
yeah.
Because how like nobody is interesting. Nobody has anything interesting to say. Love is Blind review incoming when I watch more. But
What have I been watching? I mean, last week, since it was like the SNL anniversary, I was keeping up with that.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, no way. I
Yes.
totally missed that. What the
I watched the homecoming concert like the day or two after because I didn't realize it was on a Friday. It was on
Mhm.
Valentine's Day.
Oh my
So I'm
god.
like, well, I could have watched
Friday
this.
Night Live.
I
Okay.
know. And then their anniversary special was on Saturday or Sunday. So I'm like,
So they
what?
took Saturday off
I think so. Unless
for
I
the first time ever,
I know,
maybe.
right? I'm like, unless I didn't see what else they uploaded. But I watched
Interesting.
all their anniversary stuff and the documentaries. I didn't watch the 4-part episodes yet, but all their specials have been really fun for
Oh,
me.
that's cool.
Because I haven't always been an SNL person. I thought it
Yeah.
was like rated R growing up. I'm like, am I not allowed to watch this? But now I'm like, okay, it's just like a bunch of skits, like people having fun. So,
Yeah. I know. I think there are certain really good SNL skits,
mhm.
and then there are some that are just. I feel like they've been around for so long, and they provide so much stuff. Like they have to create so much stuff. Not all of it is going to be a win every
Yeah.
time. But I do think that they have a lot of funny stuff.
Hmm.
And yeah.
I was watching their history of music on SNL,
Oh, that's cool.
and they were talking about like the cultural impacts they had and how in the beginning they were just
Mm.
showing a bunch of new artists, and then after that that's how their career came like off, like Prince for example, I
Oh,
think.
really?
Yeah, he showed up on there, and then everybody, like even Adele, she wasn't known, and then she became like a top chart artist after
Wow.
SNL. So I'm like, wow, they actually know what they're doing.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Me
I had no idea.
either.
I thought Prince was huge just from the jump.
That's what I thought, like TV stuff, but not just SNL.
What the hell?
So I was like, wow, I'm learning history through
That's
Saturday
crazy.
Night Live.
I had no idea.
But
Yeah, and
yeah.
same with Adele.
Hmm.
Oh, my boyfriend, he really wanted to start watching Dexter. And
The
so,
original,
yeah, is there another one?
there's like there's like his original, there's like a prequel, and then there's an after Dexter.
What? Okay, no, the original one. I didn't even know that.
I
That's
haven't
crazy.
watched any, but I heard somebody talk about it in class.
I had no idea.
My parents like that show.
Yeah, I like it.
Hmm.
I haven't been consistently watching it with him because I think he enjoys it a little more than I do, and
Hmm.
so he's just been kind of watching it on his own. But like if he turns it on, I'm invested.
Yeah.
I think I'm just a little my family likes like the mystery kind of detective in the police department kind
Hmm.
of show, like the action type of thing. This isn't as much action, but there's like a mystery element, and like I think I've just watched a lot of stuff like that, and so I'm a little bit tired of watching stuff like
Yeah.
that.
You've had enough.
Yeah.
Um,
Um
I think the concept is cool because doesn't
yeah.
he like he's bad, but he helps them, right?
He
Because
he
he was like a serial killer. Or something.
he's a serial killer that only kills bad people.
Okay, yeah,
So yeah, he kind of just gets them off the street
yeah.
forever, I guess.
Mhm.
He's also working at the police department with his sister.
Oh,
So he's trying to basically keep his secret. He's like a forensic blood
yeah,
spatter analyst.
yeah. I remember like hearing about him, like I don't know how to explain it, but like investigating like the angles and stuff of it. So
Yeah, so yeah, he's basically almost like a mole, kind of.
yeah,
But
as he should, for
yeah,
the good of the
I know,
for the
literally.
good of the
I
world.
know. I know, as he should. I wanted to circle back to talking about high school gym
I
class
was gonna I was trying to
because
figure out how to intertwine that.
yeah, I this was like so off topic, but yeah, because
Whiplash over here. Sorry, guys.
yeah, we're just gonna jump into a new topic.
Yeah,
Um, high
it was
school
too
gym.
dark.
It was too dark. High school gym
No,
class. Oh.
what we were talking about for the
Oh,
past
sorry.
like
I know this was a little depressing.
yeah.
So let's bring up the best happiest topic that makes everybody feel so
Yes,
comfortable.
everybody
High
loves
school
high
gym
school's
class.
gym class, high school sports.
I hated gym class in high
Yeah.
school. Um I think that we should have been able to just not do it. Like I I don't know. It wasn't traumatizing for me,
Hmm.
but I feel like it has been a lot of people have like traumatizing stories from their experience where they just feel really uncomfortable and bad. And like what did we learn?
To walk the mile.
We learned how to
I'm just
walk the mile.
kidding. Oh my god.
I always walked the mile.
Really?
Yeah, I never ran the
Oh,
mile.
I think we walked it, but it was because we were actually allowed to listen to music. So this
Really?
was, yeah. Oh my god, my high
Oh,
school was actually like kind of okay.
really?
But yeah, we were allowed to listen to
Oh my god.
music, and this was the time that me and my friends can goof around as long
Uh-huh.
as we like made it within the group.
Mhm.
Like you can't just like be the only one in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
So even if there was slow people, the gym teachers also talk to each other, just
Oh.
following us.
Oh, they were just like hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But when it was mild days, like you actually did have to put in a little bit of effort, but only
Mhm.
for number things. Like you had to time
Interesting.
yourself. I think. I don't know.
That's crazy because I feel like my experience was a little different. I mean, that's cool you guys got to listen to music.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like honestly middle school gym class was worse than high school.
That's what I was gonna say. Middle school and elementary school were the worst for
Yeah. Oh yeah,
almost everything.
I forgot elementary school has gym
Yeah,
too.
that's where all of my traumas kind of
Yeah.
centered.
No,
I have a lot of horror stories.
you do.
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
From elementary school?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A little bit of middle school, but elementary.
Is there any that you would like to share? You don't have to.
For me, I'm trying to decide like which ones. Like I'm willing to share all of them, but I'm
Mhm.
like, do I want to talk and like let you listen the whole time? I'm gonna feel
I mean, no, you don't. I mean, you're leaving us in suspense. We have to
bad.
know.
I think they're gonna be mostly short.
Okay.
It's just my issue is trying to remember them.
Right.
But okay, one time in elementary school, one of our indoor games was like so our it was a classroom with carpet. Our rug, it was we had like duct tape colored lines, so
Mhm.
like each person would like have their own assigned seat and stuff
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff because I think we also had to combine with another class.
Mhm.
And so this game, it's two different sides for the group, and then each person had to stand in front of a bowling pin on each end of the duct tape,
Mhm.
and you have the dodgeballs and you try to hit their bowling pin, um protect it and make sure it doesn't fall down.
Okay.
um
How do you protect it? You
you just block it with your body, so it's like
Oh, so
dodgeball, but the main goal is to protect the pin.
oh, so you're in front of the pin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For some reason I thought you were behind it.
No. And
Okay.
then if you accidentally kick it, you're out. So
Okay,
you have
makes
to also
sense.
be conscious.
Yeah.
But there was
Mhm.
this one time where my crush threw the ball and hit me in the
No,
face.
no. That is some shit that would happen in a movie.
And
Seriously.
I think I did cry just because I was embarrassed,
Yeah.
not from the pain, but the fact that
Mhm.
everybody was like just looking at me.
Yeah.
And so the teacher's like, "Are you okay?" I think the game paused,
Mhm.
or I just got pulled aside or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like trying to wipe the tears, and
I'm
then my
fine.
crush like comes up, and then the teacher's like, "Can you apologize?" And he's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "You're fine."
Oh my god, dude.
And then I had to just go back in line.
No. Did you have to keep playing?
Yes,
What?
I know.
I thought, okay. I would have been like, "Are you serious? I'm injured. Let me sit
No,
down."
and it was like my eye or
Oh
something. It
my
was like up
god.
here.
They're like, "Anyways, good
Yeah,
luck out there." That's crazy. Oh my god. No, that
yeah,
is See, it's shit like that. And I feel like everybody has an embarrassing moment in gym class
yeah.
because it's so vulnerable.
It is. Why are we wearing like these ugly
I
gym
know.
clothes in front of everybody? You have to
Yeah.
change in front of your classmates that you're not supposed to know they're.
I know. Dude, I don't know if schools do this, but my school,
Mhm.
I feel like at the beginning of every year, when you start a gym class, you need to have a conversation as a teacher to the kids like, okay, we're going to be changing in front of strangers. You We're not going to be doing anything malicious, you know what I mean? We're not going to be
Yeah.
making fun of people. We're not going to be, being weird or anything. I think like when I first had to do that, my very first day, I'm pretty sure people just started changing and I was like, is this what we have to do? Like
Yeah.
I knew it, But I was like, wow, we really do have to do this, and just
Yeah.
nobody's gonna talk about it. But
I remember like the beginning of like middle school, when I knew we had PE and we had to change and stuff, and
mhm.
we had our lockers. I remember like going on YouTube and searching up like gym class essentials for your locker, and I'm like over here prepping. I'm like, oh my god, I need this. I need dry shampoo. I need like this travel size deodorant. And
Oh my
then
god.
like everybody liked my stuff. Like everybody used my dry
Yes.
shampoo, but it did not teach me the horrors of changing in front of everybody.
Yeah. Well, you were kind of the plug then. They
Yeah.
were like, "Hey, Shekinah, can I use your dry shampoo?"
But in middle school though, my friend group, we had one girl, well, I think it was just our class in general, but
Mhm.
there was pantsing involved, and I used to fear my life.
Amongst the girls?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, not to
I went to kind of a
stereotype,
bad middle school.
dude, not to stereotype, but I feel like
That's such a boy
it's such
thing.
a like you see it way more commonly among boys.
Yeah.
So that's surprising. Oh my god, that's scary.
And like it wasn't like a serious pantsing thing, but
Mhm.
they're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna try to get you" or
I
something.
hate that. What the fuck?
Um, Luckily our shirts were long enough, so in the event
Yeah.
that it did happen, but I always wore short, like booty shorts in
Mhm.
between.
True.
So like,
True. You can't catch me with my pants
yeah,
down. You literally
no,
can't. No, did they like did anyone get in trouble for it?
no,
What?
no.
The fuck?
It was like, I don't know. We did not have that much time to change and go to class after.
Yeah.
So it was always like a quick, like if somebody
Mhm.
did do it, it was just like, oh, that, and then you had to
Oh,
just move
that's insane. What is wrong with people? I
on.
never understood that. Why did people ever do that?
I don't
That's
know.
so mean and rude. It's so rude to pants somebody.
But I know in middle school and elementary, when it came to kickball,
Mhm.
we it was always like me and the quiet kids, because like my friends were more extroverted, so they would
Mhm.
always go.
Mhm.
But it was me and the quiet kids. We would always tell everybody else to cut us in line, so we never had
Mhm.
to play. Like fifth grade, we had like it was all the fifth graders versus the teachers, like as our like end of
Oh
year
my
thing.
god.
And so all like the entire fifth grade class was just lined up around the fence,
Oh my
and we just kept
god.
telling people, "Go in front of us, go in front of
Go in
us."
front.
So
That's
I
so
never
funny.
played kickball in front of the entire school.
Oh my god. Dude,
Thank God.
no, that's smart. I absolutely hated kickball.
I hated kickball.
Kickball, I dare I say it, is worse than dodgeball
It is, cuz
because
kicking is hard
yeah.
and everybody's just waiting for you. At
Yeah.
least dodgeball, everybody's like doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, like nobody's paying attention to one specific person.
Right.
I mean, I guess until you reach the end, but
Yeah.
like kickball, you have to stand in a line, you get to the front of the line. You have to kick the ball. You can't miss it, otherwise everybody's going to laugh at you.
Yeah. You have
And
three
then
tries.
yeah, and then if you don't make it those 3 tries, you just go to the back of the line, right?
Yeah, and then
That's
if
so
three people
embarrassing.
miss, there is the switch, I think.
That is so
But
fucking
it's like everybody
embarrassing.
gets mad at you because obviously they want to win.
Yeah, they're like, kick the ball. Like,
Yeah.
shut up,
Then
dude.
you have to run
Yeah,
like a home.
you have to kick a ball and run. It's so
Yeah.
uncivilized. Dare I say it?
And then of
Uncivilized.
course all the like soccer kids were on the same team or
Yeah.
something,
Oh my
or
god.
at least two of the best players. So it was always just them.
Yeah. No.
That
Ugh.
goes with high school sports too.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
all the athletes that were in the gym class.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god. In high school, remember the pacer test?
Yes.
Who could forget the pacer test? But I
The
remember
fitness ground pacer test is
it's a multi like everybody knows it. It's like a nightmare to hear
yeah.
it. But
You like hear it in your sleep and you're like
you're like, oh my god, it's just a dream.
yeah.
Your therapist is like, when I snap my fingers, you're gonna forget
Yeah.
the fitness gram pacer test
Mhm.
intro. But I remember the guys. It would always be like the guys on one team and the girls on another team in my class. Um,
Hmm.
was it not like that for you?
For the pacer test?
Yeah. For
No.
some reason they split us up.
Well, we had two different classes, but they just all put us in a line and then we do it together.
Really?
Yeah.
For some reason they separated the girls and the guys for us, and
You
I
had to watch
remember,
each other?
yeah, you just had to sit and watch. And so the guys would go first, and then I remember they went, we went after, we started running back and forth, and then some of the guys to show off like joined the girls again after they had already gone.
Ew.
And they were like, oh, like running backwards and shit. I went to such a preppy
Ew.
school. It was
I
very
hate guys that they're clearly doing it for like the attention.
exactly, that's all they did. And I feel like that energy was just so present at that school because I went to school in another state, and
Mm,
it was very much preppy kids. The preppy kids were popular and they were lacrosse players,
of
lacrosse
course.
dudes. I hated it.
Luckily, we didn't have that. We our school we didn't have many sports. Like, we never had a football game because we don't
Really?
have a football team.
No
No,
way.
it was mostly
Sounds
basketball and
amazing.
volleyball that are like our core athletes.
That sounds
We have like cross
incredible.
country, but
No,
that's
honestly,
like
that's specific.
yeah,
But like still, that sounds so good, honestly.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like
We have both sides of the spectrum, like for everything.
yeah, no, that's so interesting. I can't believe they didn't have a football team. I thought every
I
school had a football
know.
team.
And like I remember it's like when I first got into college and telling like my new college friends that they're like, so you never had like homecoming lights and stuff. I'm like, no.
No, we had
We
the
had like
dance.
yeah, we had the dance. We didn't really
Yeah.
have like a homecoming game. We just had like assemblies all the time.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like my high school was very sports based. Like
Mm.
they paid a lot of they had a lot of pride in their sports teams, like for every athletic team. They had like a trophy case and all that stuff. And
Dang.
yeah, they yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't remember exactly. I don't remember a lot of stuff from that time, but I feel like sometimes people would talk about like, oh, you're prioritizing sports and like the athletic or the athletes over other students' needs,
Yeah.
and you're
High School
just
Musical.
yeah, exactly. You
Another
don't.
stereotype.
I know you don't care about the mathletes. High school was weird.
It was.
It's
But
so
I do miss
strange.
it at times just because it was so easy.
It was easy.
Like, you knew where to
Well,
go, you
yeah,
knew who is anywhere else. Like, everything was
true.
just given to you pretty much.
It's true. It was easy in the sense that it was all set up for you, and you basically just had to follow what people told you.
Hmm.
And then there's all like the other hard shit that comes with it.
There's this um, Taylor Swift slash Phoebe Bridgers quote. I don't know if you've heard of it, but um, it's from the song Nothing New, and it says how can a person know everything at 18 but nothing at 22? And I
Real.
remember listening to that song when it first came out, like senior year. I'm like, oh, I love this song. I'm
Hmm.
18 right now. And then I'm over
Yeah.
here, I turned 22 this year. I'm like, I don't know what
You're
I'm going to do with
freaking
my life.
out. No, that's so real.
Like, senior year, you're like, oh, I'm going to go to this college. I'm going to major in this. And then after I
Hmm.
graduate, I'm going to do this. And
Hmm.
then now that we're actually in college, it's
It's
like,
like,
what
what
do we
am I doing?
do? Yeah.
What actually am I doing?
Yeah.
I I don't think I've ever been a person that has known exactly what I wanted. Like I didn't have any motivation to go to college
Yeah.
after high school,
Hmm.
but I kind of had to my parents were like you have to do it. And I was like okay. And I hated it in the beginning, and I was just not I was kind of very stuck in my way of like I don't need this, I don't need to do this. And
Right.
like sometimes you don't, but I now that I'm older, I actually really like school.
Hmm.
I like going to school because it gives you structure in your life and you're
Right.
also working towards something and learning. But Yeah. At the same time, I think when you're 18, you feel like when you're a senior in high school, you feel like, oh, I've got everything. I've done everything. I've done it all.
Yeah.
I survived high school, and
Hmm.
now I'm an adult, and now I can do whatever I want. But now it's like, what do we actually do?
Yeah. Like I agree with what you've been saying because like I also have never really known. I have like interests. I'm like, oh, I can do
Hmm.
this, but nothing ever feels right.
Hmm.
And I'm waiting for like that right moment, but I know
Yeah.
that it's never gonna happen
Yeah.
because that's not how life works, pretty much.
I know. It's always like something, there's going to be something that happens that will kickstart my life.
Mhm.
But I don't, I think this past year, I've just realized like I'm the one that's going to kickstart my life. There's nothing that's going to happen. I mean, if it happens, it's because of something I did for
Right.
myself. And that's been a hard pill to swallow because that means you have to get your ass up and work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's my biggest struggle.
Yeah.
Uh, like I don't want to. I never had the drive like to do anything in my life, and now
Hmm.
that I'm an adult and that's the only way to get going, I'm just
Hmm.
like, will I ever
Dude, you know
do
that?
anything?
Yeah, you know that episode of Euphoria when they do like I think individual kind of episodes for each
Mm-hmm.
character, and the episode on Maddie where they're like she never wanted to do anything. She didn't want to have a job.
I think
Like
so. Wasn't she like on her computer or something?
I don't know.
I
It
only
shows
watched the first season, not the second one.
it might
I think it is the first season
I
though,
think
because
it
that
was
was
the
the only
first
time they
season.
had that structure.
Yeah, it showed her when she was younger, like when
Okay.
she was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and like they're narrating over it and they're like Maddie never she never wanted to work, like she never
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And I like when I first watched that I was like, damn, me too.
Yeah.
I hate that I relate to this.
You know, and that came out like sophomore year of high school for well for
I
me, I
know.
think, because that was
Yeah.
like quarantine time.
Oh my god. Wait, really?
I
In sophomore year?
well, that's when I watched it.
Oh, okay.
I think it did come out before that, but I didn't have access. I had to like use my friend's account because I couldn't watch that.
Yeah, no, I watched it much later from when it actually came
Euphoria
out.
come out. Oh, 2019.
Yeah, I
Okay, yeah,
was
the cusp of before quarantine.
that was 2019.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Damn.
So I was going into sophomore year.
You were going into sophomore year?
Yeah.
I was a senior in 2019. How does this work?
Wait.
I skipped kindergarten. I was supposed to be class of 2021, technically, but
Mhm.
I skipped kindergarten.
I was supposed
So,
to because my birthday's like the cutoff,
oh yeah.
and I was already like academically ahead of my class, but my
Hmm.
mom didn't want me to be like the youngest in like the next group, so she just kept me.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. No, I think I was one of the younger ones. I was 17 years old when I graduated high school.
Mm. And you were in 21 when you graduated?
I was class of 2020.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I was 22. Wait, our math, and you're only a
I
year
know.
ahead or older than me.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense because I was technically a year ahead in high school.
Oh.
So I'm
Yeah, you're 1 year older than me and you're 1 year ahead of me in school, high school.
2 years, right? Wait, you graduated 2022. I
Yes.
graduated 2020.
Yes.
So yeah, 2 years. Oh wait, no, you're right. I don't
We're
know.
getting
We're
our math.
if you can do math, please let us know.
Please help us.
We'd love to get your insight on
Yeah.
whatever this is.
I'm like, I don't, my mind is all like blank now.
I cannot do math. Math has always been my least favorite subject of
Same.
anything. It
Even though
makes no
like when I
sense.
understood, it was so easy. I just
Yeah.
hated math class.
I feel like I never understood it. That's the thing.
Yeah. Science was always the worst for me
Oh, that
because
too.
it's like a combination of reading and math,
I
but
know.
it's like hypothetical situations
Yeah.
or scenarios, and you can't really do anything with the scenarios.
Yeah,
You
you
have to
just
know like the phrases and take those out. I'm just like,
yeah, especially chemistry.
oh my god.
Chemistry was so hard for me.
I was, oh my god. I am so blessed that quarantine came at the time of my life that it did
Oh my god.
because in my high school, we had like, I can't really say this, but everybody I knew that had this teacher, we had a lot of complaints with chemistry.
Yeah.
And so we were already doing bad. And then with quarantine, we were just like
Mm.
given assignments to do. And
Oh,
that
okay.
brought my grade up
Oh,
because it was
okay.
like optional.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then in we had majors in my high school. And
Oh.
so the next year for us was supposed to be the hardest of our high school career.
Mm.
But with quarantine, we couldn't do half of that. And
Oh my
so
god.
like they had to change their entire like learning system. So senior year was so like a breeze for me.
Really?
So I was like, thank God quarantine because I don't think I could have
What?
survived.
What was supposed to make the last year of high school so difficult if quarantine and COVID like never happened?
My major was digital game development and animation.
That's so cool. I didn't know that.
I also have lore with that.
Oh my god.
But
Dude, that's so cool.
basically you have to build this game, right? And you're put in like a group from your class and
Mhm.
this is how you learn to like work with other people and like know positions and stuff.
Yeah.
But we had to build a game and then we have to showcase it to like professionals like as our capstone project, like present
Oh
it
my god.
fully, go up on
What?
stage and like do a playthrough or something. I
In
don't remember
high school?
exactly. Yeah. So obviously when I heard that was the alternate reality of my life, I was like
Yeah.
shitting myself. I'm like, thank God I did not
Dude.
have to do a capstone.
Yeah,
Knock on
it
wood
you kind of got I mean, you traded one
for the other.
for the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
Oh
I
my
was so
god.
blessed because senior year I was put in with like the best group mates ever,
Mhm.
and the teachers loved us because we
Really?
actually did the work on time and so early that we would have time to like just hang around with each other
Oh
in
my
class, and they
god.
never got mad at us
That's
because we
insane.
actually did the work.
I cannot believe they were gonna ask high schoolers to develop a game.
We made games throughout. In my major we made games, but
Mhm.
like the level that they wanted for presenting it to like professionals.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like it takes people so long to do that. And they're
Yeah.
like, you have a school year to do all this and then present it to other people.
Hmm.
That's insane.
But so my lore was I wanted animation specifically,
Hmm.
and on the like application sheet, it's like two separate columns. So I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, well, animation's animation.
Yeah.
And then like throughout high school, they start like combining it, and I'm like, why am I taking like digital game development classes when I
What?
chose animation? And
So,
then
okay.
I found out that it's literally actually just digital game development with animation. So I'm like, I chose the
Damn.
wrong major.
Oh my god.
And I remember crying about it to my art teacher saying, I think I'm
No.
gonna move high schools because I don't want this anymore.
Oh my god.
But I wanted photography.
Yeah.
But obviously I got in for animation because I was like
Hmm.
a girl.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And so I like dreaded high school, but I was just glad that I was one of the good students.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah, true.
senior year, one of like our um assessments at the end was just like a little survey of like your experience in the major like throughout everything.
Hmm.
And for my digital game development teacher, I should just say game dev because that's what everybody used to call it. I'm forgetting.
Game
Um
dev.
I wrote in the prompt about how I was in the wrong major and I couldn't change out of it like the whole time, so I just
Mhm.
stayed, and how I wanted to do like other things, but
Mhm.
I just stayed. And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know this. Like, I'm sorry you had to go through all that." I'm like, "It's okay. At least I got good things out of it or something. At least I
Yeah.
did good in this class."
Yeah.
I'm like, I felt guilty, but at the
Well,
same time,
what are you supposed to do? I mean, if they it's not his fault,
yeah.
and it's not your fault that they just didn't disclose that
Yeah.
properly
Like they
because
never said they were a combined thing.
that's insane. So you just have to do all this stuff that
Yeah.
you did not sign up for.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And like I remember when it was quarantine, I cried to my parents about it saying how I didn't want to do this major. Like I
Mhm.
finally like the one time I opened up,
Mhm.
my mom was kind of mad, and then my dad kept calling like the school office to try and change it. They never called or answered.
Oh my
Or when they
god.
did, they'd be like, "Oh, I'll get back to you."
What? That is insane. That's
So
insane. Oh
that's
my
my
god.
rant of my life.
That's insane. I can't
Yeah.
believe that. I mean, it seems like they were asking a lot of you and
Mhm.
they misled you from the beginning. So, what the fuck? That's insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe how do you not tell that to
I
people?
know.
Because they're going to be here for 4 years,
Yeah.
you know?
Do you have any deep dark high school
Um
traumas?
traumas? I don't
Where do we start? I'm just kidding.
well, I moved from the West Coast to the East Coast before freshman year of high school. And what happened? I just basically I had really good friends here. Some of them I'm still friends with to this day and we're super close and they're like my best friends. And I was basically closest with them than I had ever been at the time.
Mhm.
And um we moved and I was really sad. um and so I just remember when I first started going to school there and just living there in general, I really hated it. I just hated
Culture
everything
shock.
a little bit because it was very different than here. Like
Mhm.
it's completely different and like I said, you're going from here which is I don't know, we're on the West Coast where I feel like West Coast and East Coast the people just talk a little differently,
Right.
act a little bit differently. It's just a
Seasons
different
change on the
yeah,
east.
yeah, exactly. Like there's sun here like every single day, and then over there it's raining a lot, snowing, and I had lived on the East Coast before, but it had been a a substantial amount of time. And then I had to make new friends, and I went through friends, and not all of them were great. Some of them were really cool, and I'm still friends with them, and um, some of them were not. And so, yeah. And over there, all the preppy kids were super popular.
Yep.
Dude, Vineyard Vines, do you know the brand
Well,
I'm talking
yes,
about?
cause like Emma Chamberlain.
Wait, does she wear Vineyard
Yeah.
Vines? Really?
Yeah, and I used to want that clothing, those clothes because of her.
Really? Do
And I
they wear that in California? Is that popular in certain parts of
she's
California?
from San Fran. So I don't know if she was like
Interesting.
an East Coast person also, but
That's so
that's like all
interesting.
that's where I heard that brand from.
No way. It was so popular
Really?
where I went to school. Like
Mhm.
all the preppy kids
It's
would wear it.
expensive.
It is
Yeah.
expensive. Like the popular preppy kids would wear Vineyard Vines. I remember one day I saw a kid wearing a Vineyard Vines shirt and it has that little whale on the back
Mhm.
that's like smiling and it had a lacrosse helmet and like a lacrosse stick. It was holding a lacrosse stick, the whale. And I was like, I hate it here. Like I
Yeah.
actually hate this so much. So, yeah, I don't know. It was very different and um eventually I made closer friends and I had kind of a little group finally. Um, and I started getting closer with people. I had my first boyfriend, my first relationship
Ooh.
ever, um, junior year, and then my parents were like, actually, we're moving back to the east or the west coast. So for senior year, I went to school here.
Cause
So yeah.
so you've lived here like majority like before that first move?
Yeah, so basically I was here and then um I was here from part of elementary school through middle school and then I moved over there and then for senior year
You came
I
back.
came back just for the 1 year, which wasn't even a full year because then COVID happened. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. Luckily I still had my friends. I went to the same school that my friends were going
Okay.
to and stuff.
Did they
So
welcome you with open arms?
yes, for sure. We stayed really
Oh,
close
that's
even
good.
though, I was far, but
Things didn't change too much between
n-
you guys? That's
no,
good.
not really. We stopped being friends with some people, but like my close friends that I'm still friends with were, nothing was very different. But
Mm.
yeah, it was weird because I went back to high school, um, and I saw people from middle school and like elementary school, and I was like, this is so
Literally, high
strange.
school is like the blending of everybody.
Everybody,
It's
yeah.
so strange,
It's
yeah.
so weird. And it was such a jump scare because I had left and so people had changed and I would be like, "Oh my god, I remember that person, you
Yeah.
know? I remember them from middle school science class or something, you
Mhm.
know?" And um so it was weird to see everybody grown up and like being like, "Oh my god, I forgot about you, but you're right here and now I remember all this stuff." And
Or
yeah.
like when you're seeing some familiar face and you're trying to figure out who that is and like from
Yeah.
where, and you're like
Yeah.
you don't want to stare like
I know you're
too
just gonna
long, but you're like, who are
wait a minute, you look
Yeah.
familiar. So yeah, it was my high school experience was pretty strange. It was normal until it started off not super normal. I was very depressed. I was
Mm.
not doing well mentally. That was probably like the first time I ever dealt with mental illness. I mean, not the first time ever, but the first time I kind of recognized it. And I had dealt with like a crazy depression and stuff. Because I felt really isolated. I didn't have friends. I didn't,
Yeah.
I miss my friends here. I was very like not wanting to change. And so anyways, it started off pretty bad, then it got better. And then I was devastated and crushed because I had to leave my friends over there and my boyfriend at the
Just when
time.
you barely got used to it, like,
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I'm finally settling in," and then we had to pick our stuff up and
mhm.
go. So, yeah, that was pretty it was abnormal for that reason. I feel like I think both of us didn't really have a normal high school experience
Yeah,
for different reasons.
which is good because we can bond
I
over
know.
it. Because
It
I feel
makes
like
an interesting
everybody else
story.
had like a decent time with like no
Yeah,
complaints, and we're over here like,
I know. We're like it was actually really hard
yeah.
for other reasons, external weird reasons.
So when you moved, it was after freshman year or before?
When I moved to the East Coast,
Yeah.
it was the summer going into freshman year.
Okay.
So it was after I graduated middle school. Graduated.
Mm.
I finished middle
Mhm.
school. Um, yeah, and then it was the summer going into senior year that
Yeah,
we
and
moved back.
that's such like the strangest time to like make
Yeah.
the biggest move of your life.
Yeah, it was such a crazy time because also my parents wanted to travel a bunch. Yeah, I think basically what happened was from what I remember, we packed all our shit up in the East Coast when we were gonna move back here. I can't remember so many things because I feel like that time of my life, I there's just so many blank
Yeah.
spots, But um, packed all our shit up and then it came over here. I guess we shipped it over here, but while it was shipping, we went to travel abroad. And so I was like not able to really spend as much time with my friends and stuff and
Mm,
my boyfriend at the time, which I was really upset and devastated about. I mean, it was an amazing experience to be able to travel and stuff, but I think it was just at the complete wrong time in my life.
right.
Like, it was just not what I needed. I needed to be with my friends for one last time,
Yeah.
kind of. But yeah, and so basically we traveled and then we flew in here.
Hmm.
We arrived on the day before high school started, and we were staying in a hotel because I think the house wasn't something with the house wasn't ready. Like they couldn't get the keys or
Oh my
something yet.
gosh.
And so or
Did
we
you
didn't
have
have
your
any
stuff yet?
furniture. We had like suitcases.
Okay.
So I think maybe the stuff was coming later, just a little later. So we stayed at a hotel, and that's how I started my senior
Oh
year.
my god, that's crazy.
It was nuts, dude. I was very like I feel a lot of different ways about it, but
Hmm.
it's definitely an interesting
Yeah.
experience. And then COVID happened, and
I was
then
gonna say, like, making the big move and then having to be stuck
it
there.
was nuts. It was like we got through to basically around springtime. We only had maybe a month left of school or something,
Hmm.
something like that.
Wait, so you never walked the stage?
We did.
Oh.
But it was a COVID graduation. So it was we had to stand in a line. Everybody had to wait in a line 6 feet apart. And then there was nobody in the audience. And it was just, you walk from backstage onto the stage and they were live streaming it. And then your family could like come in and take pictures of you and then you all had to go. And then the next family would come and like, we basically did it one at a time. So,
My sister graduated the I think same year as you
really?
actually.
Oh my God.
Wait, I don't know how old she is. She's either the same as you or a year older now.
Okay. That makes
Um,
sense.
but she did a COVID graduation, and I don't remember much because like I was still sleeping when it happened, and I woke up to like my dad taking a picture
Oh my
because
God.
like he put it up on the TV.
Hmm.
But yeah, from what I remember, it was outdoors. Everybody was spaced
Wow.
out with masks, and then you just had to just like walk across.
Yeah, that's basically what
Yeah,
we did too. You could take off your mask for the picture, but
yeah,
that was it. Oh my God. Yeah, like it was such a weird time for everybody, for
yeah.
sure.
Did you have prom?
No, I
No.
never had a prom, and we couldn't reschedule it because we had already graduated and stuff. I didn't really give a fuck about the graduation. I wanted to go to prom. I did not care about
No, because
graduating.
all the movies show
I
prom as the big
know. And
thing.
you like you dress up, you go with your friends. Like
Yeah.
I was so
Everybody's like
excited.
grown.
Yes, I know you rent a limo sometimes. We probably wouldn't
Hmm.
have done that, but whatever. Like I was so excited for prom. I had already bought my
Oh.
tickets and then we did not get a prom. It
Did they
was really
refund you
sad.
guys?
Yeah, they
Okay, I
did.
was gonna say
Yeah,
they
if I
took
didn't get my
y'all's
money
money.
back,
Um,
that'd be fucked up. But
man, that's
um
sad.
my best friend and I instead we got dressed up. This was like when people could start going out again. We got dressed up and wore the dresses we would have worn to prom and we just got dinner.
Oh, that's
So,
cute.
yeah, that was cute. Did you have prom?
Yes, and I don't know, that senior year, the ending of senior year was such a strange time because at this point our friend group was breaking up and
Really?
nobody wanted to address
Oh
it.
my god.
So we were all just like, you can clearly see the divide between
Mhm.
us, but we were all like still together. Looking back, I know I could have handled things differently, but it's
Mhm.
that same time or that same feeling where you wish somebody noticed how you were acting and did something
Mhm.
because um I get very distant easily. I'm
Mhm.
pretty avoidant and s- one of my I considered her my best friend and I called her that, but she never
Mhm.
said the same about me.
Oh.
And we were also in a trio like bestie thing,
Mhm.
but we also had two other girls that were in this friend group
Yeah.
and then I basically got swapped and they're still friends now.
Oh my god, that's
But
nuts.
I just stopped like texting people because I got in a really dark moment or
Mhm.
episode, which I get pretty often, but I just felt like nobody wanted to check up on me. So I'm like, why would I
Mm.
reach out?
Yeah, that
And
makes
then
sense.
I started getting closer to one, but then we went to grad night at Disneyland and
Oh my
the
god.
divide was there. Prom, I was the driver, so these two other girls, they wanted to go to the strip for pictures.
Mhm.
So they had their own car and I drove the rest. But yeah, the whole like month of May with all the senior events was just watching us like slip away.
Oh my god.
And at the time, I was just like, you know what? I'm moving to Reno. I'm not going to worry about it because I don't know, I'm not going to see them again.
Mhm.
But like, man, I know I could have handled that differently, but
Mm.
I just wish that they tried more. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I understand. I don't think that either of us are very confrontational people
Mhm.
also. So like especially being avoidant, I feel like it's kind of sometimes you just don't want to go through the uncomfortable
Yeah.
weird feelings of all that. Especially with people you're so close with.
Yeah. It was so bizarre though cuz at that time too, I was like making new friends. Like
Mm.
everybody was so friendly at the end of senior year. I'm like,
Mhm.
why didn't we talk before? I could have had like all these
Yeah.
people in my
Oh
life.
my god. I know, isn't that so
Yeah,
weird?
like why is it always the end of something when you get to bond with people?
Yeah, you meet people that you really connect with finally.
Yeah,
You're like, "Oh, finally." And then it's over. And you're like, "Oh,
right?
okay."
Like what could have been, you
I
know?
know.
I mean, that's kind of how you were when you had to leave back to here.
Yeah. It was like, "Oh, okay, cool. We're going to hang
Yeah.
out." And then it was like, "Oh no, actually I have to leave."
Mhm.
So yeah. Yeah, I totally feel you on that. It's that's a shitty feeling. Like, where have you been this whole time?
I
Now I'm
know.
leaving.
Exactly.
Yeah. It also helps build character.
Yeah.
It helps also
My villain story.
yeah, literally. Helps your villain arc develop
Yeah.
and I think it helps you kind of put yourself out there a little more maybe because then you're like, "Oh, maybe this person and I would connect." High school was weird.
It
High
was weird.
school sucked. In a lot of ways it sucked. But
Man.
anyways,
Anyways, this is a sad episode.
I know. I'm actually not feeling sad today.
I'm not. It's just we're reflective today.
We are reflective, we're introspective. We just kind of lore dumped on anybody
Yeah.
that decides to watch. So,
When we were coloring, we were having so much fun, and then
yeah,
we're
we were like, the weather's
now,
so nice. And
yeah,
like
now we're like addressing
the
trauma,
trauma of high school gym class and high
friend
school
groups,
friend groups, like
moving across the country.
all types of stuff. Yeah. Well, sorry. I hope this didn't make anyone sad.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too depressing, but we hope you can
Hmm.
relate and I don't know, connect with us more, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, for the most part, I would say we're healed from
Hmm.
these problems, and this was kind of a long time ago.
Yeah.
So,
It's
anyways,
like um kind of sentimental nostalgia, but not
yeah,
exactly
because there
that.
were good times for
Hmm.
sure, but it was weird.
The fact that it's gonna be 3 years for me
I know
since my grad,
it's gonna be
five
5.
for
Holy
you. That's scary.
thanks.
I
No,
know,
I'm just
I'm
kidding.
like, guys, I'm
5
with the predator, guys.
years. Holy what?
I'm just kidding.
That's
That
so
took you
evil.
a long
I
time.
was like, anyway, wait, what? No,
Oh god.
no. I know it really throws me off when I meet people because, like, a lot of people that I know, we have like a year, maybe at most like 2 years age gap. But
Mhm.
generally my friends are like we're all around the same age. But like my graduation date throws me off all the time because
Yeah.
I graduated a year earlier than I was supposed to.
Which
But
is weird
I'm
because
still
I feel
old.
like we're at the same level for everything.
We are. And
Yeah.
we're only a year apart
Yeah.
basically. So
So
anyways, I am not I am a nice
guys,
person.
if you see me around her, please somehow.
Stop. Anyways,
Yeah, I think we rambled on enough.
yeah, if you um if this made you feel upset or sad, like and subscribe. If it made you feel like you could relate to us, like and subscribe please for more stuff like this.
Yes.
And maybe the next episode will be a little happier.
Yeah.
We'll try to think of something.
Comment your school trauma stories or anything that
Yeah.
was similar to what we talked about today.
Yes.
Um,
Comment your opinions on high school gym class. Um and anything else you might want to talk about.
yes. Things that we can do for our next video ideas.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
if you have any happier suggestions of topics we can talk
Like,
about, we
stop
would
talking about sad stories.
stop being so sad and making
Stop
us
being
feel so
depressed.
negative. Yeah, stop being so negative, you guys. But anyways, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
We'll see you guys in the next
We'll
one.
see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Should I cover the
I know,
camera?
yeah, dude.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.